Hello everyone and welcome back to LewisNews, your #1 YouTube channel for all types of Spider-Man news. And in today's video we have got some Marvel Spider-Man 2 news to cover on the channel. Sorry I haven't been posting over the last week. I've just come back from vacation, so we've got a lot of news to round up and cover in today's video. But if you are new around here, make sure you stick around and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because we cover all types of Spider-Man news, everything from the games, the movies and the shows. With Marvel Spider-Man 2 releasing on October 20th, you aren't going to want to miss any updates coming out about that game. With that being said, let's get straight into this. So the first thing I want to talk about is the new character posters which have been released for the game. Now these look really awesome. It gives us a brand new look as to some of the characters that potentially we haven't really seen a whole lot of from the gameplay or the trailers. And the two that interest me the most are Venom and the Lizard. Specifically the Lizard, because as we know in the gameplay footage that we got maybe around 6 months ago now, it's been a while since we got that gameplay footage, we got a good look at the Lizard. However, we didn't really get a very clear still image of the whole Lizard himself. Well, this character poster puts the Lizard in all of his glory, and we get a good look at what Dr. Curtis Connors will look like in the brand new game. As you can see, it's a very out there and very monstrous design for the Lizard, one that I think is quite controversial, because on one hand, it's a very nice and very clever redesign of a classic Spider-Man character. However, he doesn't really look like the classic Lizard that we all know and love from the comics and from previous movies, etc. He has the long snout, but he has big, sharp, teeth-like claws riding along his back and his tail, and generally, he is a big build. Bigger than he usually is when he appears in Spider-Man media. Either way, I think it's a really nice design. For me personally, I think this is a great redesign for the Lizard, and also it's cool to get something fresh, something new, and something a little bit different. Because I think one of the main criticisms that people I've seen have of this game when the trailers and all the gameplay came out is that it's looking a little similar to the first game. And one problem that I have with Spider-Man games in general is I feel like they reuse the same villains over and over again. So it's nice to see that when we're using a familiar villain such as the Lizard, that we are going to be taking a different approach to the design and the way potentially we might fight him in combat, because his bigger build might generally inspire some very cool gameplay. Either way, I'm really excited to see the Lizard in Marvel Spider-Man 2, but not to mention that we also do have a new look at Venom. Now obviously Venom has appeared in the story trailer for the game, and we've seen a few screenshots of Venom here and there, but overall we haven't really seen much of Venom, and I think they want to keep that character on the down low. They want to keep him quiet, and I think they want to keep Venom generally for the main game. A lot of his scenes, a lot of his appearances will be saved for the final product. But we get a brand new look at Venom here in this character poster. He is looking awesome and in all his glory, and looks like the classic Venom that we all know and love. The other three character posters that released along with these two was Kraven the Hunter, which, by the way, I think his poster looks a little weird. I don't know what it is, but there's something off with Kraven's face. I don't know if I was the only one thinking that, but either way, he looks cool. There's just something wrong with his face. I don't know what it is. I think it might just be the render, but either way, you know, it is what it is. We also get another good look at Peter Parker and Miles Morales. We get two versions of Peter Parker. We get the symbiote variation, and we get the advanced suit. Gotta say, the symbiote suit looks awesome in all its glory as well, although I am a little bit disappointed with the advanced suit poster, because it is literally just a pose from the first game, but with the new suit rendered on top of it. And you guys know how I feel about the new suit if you've watched my video over on Lewis Films. I'm really not a big fan of how the outlines and the trims appear white in most of the shot. I know a lot of people have been telling me that they are metallic, so in a lot of shots, and a lot of daytime shots specifically, they will appear white. But I don't like the fact that they appear white. I think it just makes the suit look really disproportionate. I wish they were just a solid black color. Either way, taking my criticism out of the equation, is still a nice poster overall. We also do get another good look at Miles Morales. Once again, it's just Miles Morales, nothing that we haven't seen before. Anyway, those are the new character posters for Marvel Spider-Man 2, but we are not done yet. We've also got some more looks at the game, we've got some specific screenshots. One from the gameplay trailer of Miles Morales. We've already seen that image a million times. We've also got a look at Coney Island, but this looks very similar. If not, it is the same image from the story trailer as well. However, we do get two images where we get a brand new look at New York City in the game, and I gotta say, it looks absolutely phenomenal. The first one is of Times Square, and you guys know Times Square is absolutely beautiful in the nighttime. If you guys have ever visited New York and you've ever been to Times Square at nighttime, you will know that it is as spectacular as everyone says. Upon first viewing, it is absolutely incredible. Just getting to see all the billboards and all the neon signs lit up at nighttime. It really is something spectacular. And it looks like the game is going to emulate this feeling here. This image really encapsulates Times Square as best as a video game probably could. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Then we also get a shot of the Washington Square Arch as well, which it looks like it's at dusk. Looks very, very nice as well. All the colors blend really well with the environment. The lighting is spot on. I just can't wait to play this game just for the scenery alone. It's going to be absolutely awesome being able to swing through the city as Miles or as Peter or maybe even as Venom, who knows, and getting to see these cool monuments, these cool shots, and also photo mode is going to be insane on this game, by the way. Let's just point that out too. But anyway, we're not even done yet. Yes, there is still more news when it comes to Marvel Spider-Man 2. This piece of news isn't that big of a deal. However, I still do think that it's worth mentioning. As you guys know, in Marvel Spider-Man 1, you were able to visit major New York landmarks, including the Empire State Building, including the Chrysler Building, including the Statue of Liberty. Although you couldn't visit that, you could see it though from afar. Essentially, New York was New York, right? You had a bunch of massive New York monuments that are very famous around the world. However, in this game, Marvel Spider-Man 2, the Chrysler Building will be no more, meaning that they are going to remove the Chrysler Building from the game, and that is because there is some copyright issue with the owners of the Chrysler Building. The Chrysler Building currently has now been into new ownership just recently, and that is the reason as to why they couldn't strike a deal with the new owners to put the building in the game. And from the sources that I've got, that is exactly what has gone down. So it's a shame because the Chrysler Building is a massive part of what makes New York itself. It's a massive landmark in the city, and unfortunately we won't be able to see it in Marvel Spider-Man 2. However, I'm sure Insomniac will replace it with another building in the game, and I'm sure it will be just as good. And with the city expanding its map into Queens, Brooklyn, and Coney Island, the map is going to be 2 times bigger anyway, so the likelihood that you even realize the Chrysler Building is gone in the first place is very, very low, because the chances of you swinging past where it was meant to be, you know, even though you probably will at some point, you won't notice it as much as you would in the first game. So I don't think it's anything to worry about. The map won't be severely affected by this. But either way, that is it for all the Marvel Spider-Man 2 news that we have gotten in the last week or so. Like I said, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up the loop with all types of Spider-Man news. We cover everything from the games, the movies, and the shows. And you're not going to want to miss anything that comes out about Marvel Spider-Man 2 in the next month or so. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, and peace.